Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tushar Mehta. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and your faculty of orthopedics. एक बड़ा common question है which I keep getting on my social media that sir, there are only 10 days which are left for NEET PG. What do you think should be our strategy? So I thought I'll just make a video and we'll discuss it with all of you. So लास्ट 10 दिन में जो हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी है उसका जो बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट है वो ये है that please stop worrying. Yes, the first thing that I want you to understand is stop worrying about the final outcome. Yet stay committed to your daily efforts every minute. So you have to stay focused, you have to stay positive. You're not supposed to get worried about what is going to happen in the future because worrying will never take you anywhere, but yes, working hard will surely. The first mantra that I want to discuss in this last 10-day strategy is revise, revise, and revise. I'll tell you, when I was preparing, just like you people are preparing right now, I had a friend and he used to say that, Tushar, it's just 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever the time was, it is left. And I don't want to stress myself in last 5, 10 days because I have done a lot in last 5, 6, 7 months, and I don't think that these last 5, 7 days or 10 days are going to make any difference. हमेशा बोलता था कि आखिरी में पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होता, पहले का पढ़ा हुआ काम आता है. This is absolutely wrong. You have to focus on high yield topics because जब आपने पढ़ाई की शुरुआत करी तब से लेके अब तक जो आपने पढ़ा वो एक चीज़ है, लेकिन आखिरी के 10 दिन में उसे रिवाइज करना सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है. So when I say in revision, I just focus on two things. Number one, you have to focus on high yield topics. Let us say, for example, you give 5 hours to orthopedics. In these 5 hours, you are revising orthopedics. You cannot miss osteosarcoma. You cannot miss anatomy of median nerve. You cannot miss GCT versus ABC. You cannot miss supracondylar fracture humerus. पता है जिसमें से आना है. GCT X-ray, we all are aware of it, that it is going to come, and one is supposed to get confused between GCT and ABC. We all are aware of the fact that they will ask you about either the nerve injury in supracondylar fracture humerus or the most common complication malunion cubitus varus or any of the other complications like compartment syndrome, VIC or myositis. We are 100% sure that X-ray findings of osteosarcoma has to be there, be it from orthopedics or radiology, but periosteal reaction along sharp piece fiber, sundry appearance or periosteal elevation, Codman's triangle has to be asked because we know that these are high yield topics. They have been coming for last 20 years. They will come for next 20 years. Apart from high yield topics, you have to also revise the key concepts. So in those 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever you allot to orthopedics, you have to revise your concept that sequestrum was that dead bone which got separated from the underlying viable healthy parent bone, which is surrounded by a reactive immature new bone called involucrum with certain holes called a cloacae. You have to revise the concept of osteomyelitis, that in osteomyelitis the first step is always to get the blood counts done, followed by culture, followed by antibiotics, followed by X-ray and MRI in acute osteomyelitis, because majority of the cases of acute osteomyelitis are managed conservatively. So this is a concept, osteoporosis. There has to be a concept which should be clear in your head, that in osteoporosis calcium level is normal, phosphate is normal, ALP is normal. Drugs can be divided into 3 categories: one which prevent resorption, anti-resorptor, bisphosphonate and denosumab. There are second category is the one that promotes formation, osteopromotive, teriparatide. The third one, the last one, which is a very important one, is a dual therapy, anti-resorptive plus osteopromotive. Osteopromotive, we are talking about strontium. So the first mantra that I want to tell you for last 10 days is keep on revising every single minute, because whatever you have read till now, whatever you have remembered till now will gain importance, will give you rank only when you will revise. So utilize every minute today. The second mantra that I want to discuss with all of you is mock exam, mock test. When I say mock test, that does not mean that I'm asking you to give a daily grand test of 200 questions. I'm asking you to solve 50 MCQs, 70 MCQs, 80 MCQs out of a GT. It does not matter, but the process has to be done daily. Why? Because reflexes. I'm not a very avid guy, but I've heard that Sachin Tendulkar, the great, the great Indian god of orthopedics, when he was playing his last match, even before that match, he went for a net practice. Imagine what must have been going through in his head at that point of time. That the greatest batsman of all times is playing his last match. The world is cheering for him. The country is cheering for him. The friends, family, relatives are there, but still he was doing the net practice. I think he must have done a net practice of more than 2 hours, and he must not have stayed on the ground for more than 30-40 minutes on that day. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what is important for you is to develop a reflex. So last 10 days, once you're done with revision, let's say 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, give 2 hours, 3 hours for practicing MCQs, because you have to sharpen your reflex day by day. You must have come across certain posts on social media regarding what the fiasco that happened in NEET UG, that some students were given some sort of extra marks depending upon the circumstances they faced on their center, maybe some infrastructure issues. So you also make sure that when you are solving a question paper of say 200 questions in 3 hours, make sure that you do that in 2.5 hours, thinking that probably you must be one of those who have the worst days of your life while giving your final exam. There's a problem with your chair, there's a problem with your system, the paper is not loading, invigilator is not coordinating, or whatever it is. So try to be in the harshest of the situations, as harsh as possible, so as to have a real time feel. Because when you will do that, you will improve your time management. Guys, let me be very clear. I see at least 50 to 100 students coming to me after the exam saying that, sir, I got this rank, but not because I did not study, only because I could not apply that study. Why? Because we knew everything, but the problem is we could not do it in time. It is an entrance exam. It is a timed entrance exam. It is an MCQ based patterned timed entrance exam. The timing is very important. So in the last 10 days, if you will keep on solving MCQs, not only you will be able to sharpen your reflex, but you will be able to take a hold over your time management. When you are revising or when you are giving a mock exam or a mock MCQ practice, of course you will see what mistakes you are committing right now. Once a mistake, always a mistake. If I do a mistake, let's say on 15th of June, and I try to learn from it on 16th of June, there are very high probabilities that I might forget it by 15th of July. But if I revise that thing on 10th of July or 11th of July, then there are very high probabilities that I will make sure that I will not repeat it on 15th of July. So whatever questions that you're solving right now, if any mistakes that you see in your questions, you have to review them. Not only review them, you have to imprint it into your head, because you just have 10 days. Whatever reflexes that you will build today, whatever hold over the silly mistakes that you will have today, they will definitely help you in the 10 days or the days to come. So you have to analyze errors, and then you have to understand and learn. The fourth mantra is that please, whatever TND notes that you have, DVT that you have, PYQ that you have, PYT that you have, focus on them. If you think that in these 10 days you will go back to your notes, you will go back to your books, and you will open them again and you will revise from them, you're highly mistaken. So, whatever short analytical components that we have given you, whether it is, I will repeat again, DVT, PYQ, PYT, whatever it is, just focus on that. At this moment, you have to remember very, very, very basic philosophy of life, that bite only what you can chew. Read only that you can revise only that you can retain. Don't go for unnecessary things. The fifth mantra is, of course, very important, that despite tough times, despite the anxieties that are accumulating in your mind right now, you have to make sure that you stay healthy. Again, I will say that in the last 15 years of my experience, I have come across many students who had prepared well, who were gearing up very well, who were brushing up their capabilities in the last 10 days, but boom, 2 days back, just 2 days before the exam, so one wrong meal, one wrong ice cream, one wrong some cold drink or some soda based drink, boom, it's gone. I've seen people developing tonsillitis, gastritis, loose stools 48 hours before exam. So staying healthy, eating nutritious meal. When I say exercise, that doesn't mean going to gym. That means just a 5 to 10, max 15 minutes walk in fresh air. But please make sure of your meals and sleep. A good 6 to 7 hour, sound sleep is very important for you to function the next day. If you don't sleep well, then it becomes a problem. Now, most of you are not able to sleep right now because when you go off to bed, you feel the need to think that what will happen if I don't clear this exam. I want you to think the opposite, that what will happen if I clear this exam and I get the seat or rank of my choice. Then I will do, maybe I'll buy some motorbike or something, maybe I'll buy a phone, maybe I'll go for a trip, maybe I'll go for a solo trip, maybe I'll go with my parents or with my friends or whatever. The moment you decide that you're going off to sleep, from that very moment you have to stay detached from your books and you have to think of only the positive outcomes, because in this way you'll be able to sleep peacefully, and because of that you'll be able to function the next day. The sixth mantra, which I have said initially as well, is stay focused and stay positive. See, you are at this moment, you're very vulnerable. Most of you feel very vulnerable. You feel that this exam is probably the biggest exam of your life, and it is probably the end of your life if you're not able to clear it. But it is not the case. Anxiety is very good only if it is physiological. If it becomes pathological, then it will occupy the part of your brain which is supposed to be there for the topics, subjects, and MCQs. So keeping a positive mindset and having a high confidence is very, very important right now. I'm telling you, this exam is a very small exam, which is a part of a very big exam called as life. Try to not only avoid studying new topics, try to avoid talking to friends or colleagues on WhatsApp or Instagram groups where they will keep on mentioning that, what, I did not know that plasmodium is so important. I just went through plasmodium and all species of it. And at this moment, you feel that you don't have even an idea of that thing. So that doesn't mean that you will start that thing from there on, just thinking that, since your friend has done it, so you are going to start it just now. Don't do that. You're not supposed to start anything afresh. You're supposed to strengthen what you have discussed, what you have read till now. The last and the most important thing, which I have told you earlier as well, that visualize yourself giving the victory speech. Visualize yourself, your family, your friends, your relatives congratulating you on different social media platforms for a tremendous rank. सपने देखने में, सोचने में कोई बुराई नहीं है, उस पर तो जीएसटी भी नहीं लगता. तो क्यों नहीं रात को सोने से पहले हम एक सपना देख के सोएं? क्योंकि अगर वो सपना देख के सोएंगे तो नींद बेहतर आएगी, नींद बेहतर आएगी, दिमाग चलेगा, दिमाग चलेगा, अगले दिन और मेहनत करेंगे. सो विजुअलाइज योरसेल्फ, अपने आप को कामयाब देखना, अपने आप को कामयाब इमेजिन करना कोई पाप नहीं है, कोई बुराई नहीं है. बहुत लोग डरते हैं इस वक्त पे, नहीं हो पाएगा, मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, ऐसे में कैसे हो पाएगा, किया क्या है मैंने. बहुत लोग आपकी सिचुएशन में होना चाहते होंगे इस वक्त, क्योंकि उनके अभी 10 सब्जेक्ट 8 सब्जेक्ट रह रहे हैं, रीडिंग पूरी नहीं हुई. बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप ये सोचें कि नहीं, बस यही है जो मैंने करना था कर लिया, 10 दिन अब मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा, एवरी सिंगल सेकंड इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Always remember this, that your reality is the reflection of your strongest belief. Believe in yourself, believe in the preparation that you have had till now, believe in your strategy which you have followed till now, believe in the topics that you're good at, believe in the scores that you've been getting in the GTs till now, believe that destiny or whosoever is up there will surely help you, because Almighty helps those who help themselves. So please keep helping yourself for these 10 days. Not even an iota of doubt, self-doubt should be there. Believe in yourself, keep working hard, make sure that you sleep well, make sure that you are utilizing almost 80 to 90% of your capabilities every single day for next 10 days. Outperform whatever you have done till now. These 10 days, the output of these 10 days should be 200 times of output of your last 6 months. Utilize every single moment. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. God bless. I know that you all will do amazing in this NEET PG, And of course, I wish you that you will come out with flying colors, and I shall be the first one to congratulate you and clap at your success. Thank you so much.